Hi there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Capital A Trading, and welcome to another episode of the Forex Weekly. For those of you that are in my Discord last week, you'll see that there was some very good trades mentioned. Be sure to check that out in the video where I mentioned how you can gain access. So again, for those of you who trade, take investments, hit subscribe in that bottom right corner. Stay up to date with the channel. There's a lot of exciting content coming from now until the end of the year. I just want to say a quick shout out to my sponsors, the Absolutely magazine. Thank you for all your help, all your support. Is available now in all Waitrose and M&S stores. A quick shout out to my website, that's www.capitalatrading.co.uk. If you want to learn more, if you want to enhance your trading abilities, if you want to understand my strategy, check out that website, read up more about the mentorship program, and then of course, if you want to reach out to me, you can hit me up on Instagram, that's adstar10_FX, or send me an email at capitalatrading@hotmail.com. With that being said, let's get into the fundamentals.
Okay, so as always, it's important to check the news at the start of the week, see where the charts can get an impact. So Monday, nothing really to worry about, going to be no news to really watch. And then the week really just gets explosive from there on in. Tuesday, we've got the Australian dollars interest rate decision. That's going to come in the night for us UK people. So again, that'll be a move that may happen for when you wake up. Then later that night, the New Zealand dollar has got their unemployment rate, their employment change. So again, I'll be looking to see if there's going to be any impact in them two currencies on that day. From then on, the rest of the week just gets madder and madder with the US dollars interest rate decision at 7 o'clock on Wednesday. The next day, we're going to have the pounds interest rate decision at 1 o'clock, the same time the New York session opens. So there's expecting a lot of explosive movements around the pound and the US dollar. Then, of course, Friday, we've got the non-farm payrolls. Now, this can cause the week to be not so explosive. So again, it's about just going to see what's going to happen at the certain times, seeing where we can get the moves and when price is going to be impacted. So keep an eye on that. Be aware of them. Be aware of the times that they're going to come in. And then, of course, expect to see a movement in that currency. So with that, let's get into the charts. Okay, as always, I'll start on gold. Now, for those of you who follow me last week, you'll see that there's two great entries here for a move from the 1810 mark, and it's obviously happened twice, and the second one creates the new low over here. So again, this area is definitely being manipulated. There's definitely something happening there. And now this week, all I'm going to do is break down the time frames and just keep an eye on the 1795 to the 1800 mark. I believe if we're going to come again and then get another move, it's going to be from somewhere around there. Of course, I've got this piece of price action that I'm going to look at. This candle here, the one that went and touched the area, that's going to have to be watched where that body was. So again, that's where the 1798 level is. And I'm just looking to see price come back up there, show some signs of struggling. Again, we've got the US dollars interest rate decision. So that may power it to the downside. So just keep an eye on that. Be aware. The next one is going to be the gold euro. Again, very similar. Looks like there's a move that's being manipulated around the 1556, 1552. So I'm going to watch price just climb back up towards that area, see if it's going to happen again. That's going to be the gold USD and the gold euro. Quick update on the US 30. This was a trade that I was looking at recently as a sell being here. And as you can see, price has just continued rising higher. We're now at all-time highs. So the US 30 has never been this high. So it's hard to catch a trading opportunity without being able to see what's happened to the left. So let's see where price is going to go. Let's let this go for another week. It may rise up higher. If that's not really what I want to see, I want to see it pushed down, and then hopefully we can get a retest from what's happened. So again, let another week pass with this one. Let the price action develop a bit more, and then hopefully we can see a move next week. US 30. Listen up and listen carefully. We're now on a main focus for the week. For those of you who follow me, you'll know that I've been hunting this down since the start of the year, just waiting patiently for it to get back to this level. Now it's got back, it's got near, it started to show me signs of struggling. It gave me a little extra bit of confidence that the area is going to do something. Finally, last week, it hit the point. It finally hit the point. It showed signs of struggling. As I come down the time frames, you can see price got there and just could not go higher and starts to drop down. Friday, price started to rise back towards the area. So what I'm going to do is just keep an eye on the 7280, 7300. Let's see if price is going to just struggle again. And if I start to see signs like this, then I'll be mentioning it in my Discord. But this is going to be one of my main focuses for the week. The trade setup is off of a weekly time frame. So this isn't going to be something that happens in the space of a couple of days. If the trade does start going well and you want it to be very profitable, it may take a month or so. So keep an eye on that one. It's going to be the UK 100. Monitor this area, look for the signs of struggle, and get your trading opportunity. I get asked a lot about this. When's a good time to buy? What should I do now? Bitcoin has just recently hit the 67,000 mark. It's gone to its highest point. I just come down to the daily. It looks like a little bearish structure is going to start forming, heading back towards maybe the 47,500 to 50,000 level. So I'm just expecting that to keep coming down for the next couple of weeks or so. So for those of you who are holding on to that or asking me what's going to happen, that's what I believe. I believe we're going to get a little bearish structure forming back towards the 50,000 mark. So is now a good time to buy in? No, would be my answer. Wait for it to come back down, wait to see it struggle, wait to see what it's going to interact with, and then that may be possibly a good time to buy. So keep an eye on that. That's going to be Bitcoin. Just a short break from the charts to expose my Discord to you, show you what I do. So each week I just post my analysis in here. I'm monitoring the charts, keeping an eye on what's happened, showing you what I think. And then of course you can catch on to them opportunities by watching this. So if you want to get access to this Discord, if you want to get access to the channel, send me a DM on Instagram. That's adstar10_FX. You can reach out to me on email. That's capitalatrading@hotmail.com. Just ask for the Discord link. I'll send it through and you'll get some access to all these things in here. You can, of course, see the Forex Weekly in there, my case studies, some advanced education, my gold analysis, and of course, all the charts that I post in here. So again, if that sounds good, reach out now and get the Discord link sent to you. Let's get into the currencies now. Let's start off with the main focuses from last week. This was the euro pound again. For those of you who follow me, you'll know that we've been annihilating this for a long time. So if I just come down to the 4 hour, so you can see the area, this is where I wanted to see get interacted with and then have the drops. Now, the only thing that's scary is that it's been doing it just below it and hasn't actually hit the area. So there is a possibility that price will burst through, but I'm going to stick with the area. If I just come down towards the 2 hour, it's around the 84,800. Let's give it up towards the 84,900 as well. Give it a bit, maybe even 85. We'll give it around a 20 pip range. Price can move from here, but I'm just saying this area is getting weaker and weaker. The more that it just hovers below and doesn't actually touch it, it's causing the area to build liquidity above, which can make price fly through. So it's kind of like keeping an open mind. I'm going to watch how the week starts. It looks like we could get a buy push from where we are around the 84,300, let's say 84,200. So I'm keeping an open mind, seeing what price is going to do at the start of the week, seeing which way is the best for me to jump on. That's going to be the euro pound. The next one is the USD Swiss franc. Now, I was mentioning this last week around that 92,200, 92,400. It's come into the area perfectly. If I just come down to the hour and had a nice movement to the downside, hitting the target as well, making a new low. This week, I'm just going to see if price is going to retest and do it again. So it's around the 91,800, 91,900. I'm just going to look at this scenario here and see if we can get a continuation. Not to say that it won't come back up to say the 92,200 and do the exact same move from the exact same point again. So keep an eye on them two. That's going to be the euro pound and the USD Swiss franc. So next up, I just want to explain that this is the NZDUSD. This was mentioned in my Discord. As you can see, this is what I wanted to see around that 72 level. If we then go over to the chart, what we had was price starting to push down from that 72 level. So there's definitely been some sort of manipulation here. We've got a very small market gap, so it proves to me what happened here. And all I'm going to do now is just look to see this bearish structure sort of continuing. Price may come from around the 71,800, let's say 71,950. I'm looking to just see price come back up, stick to the bearish structure. And then, of course, we've got a nice target down towards, I'd say maybe even the 7 level, 0.7. So keep an eye on that. That's going to be the NZDUSD. Remember, we've got the US dollars interest rate decision. So if price is struggling here, just before that's about to be announced, maybe we can see a massive push to the downside with that. So keep an eye on that one. That's going to be the NZDUSD. Okay, so another successful move from last week. I mentioned around the 138 level, 137,500, that there's going to be a possible sell. It's come on Friday and the push down. Again, the US dollar tends to get strong on a Friday. If I just come to the 4 hour now, the theme for the week is pretty much we're looking to see price retest areas. So again, there's a bearish structure forming. We're getting some new lower highs and new lower lows. So now I just want to see that continue. Target will be back towards the say 135 mark down here. So again, all I want to see is price push back up, let's say towards the 137,500. It can come to the 137,800, play off of there, and then another big push coming down. Again, remember the US dollar's interest rate decision may fuel that. Also, remember that the next day, the pound's interest rate decision will be announced, which may cause this to fly through and take up all the liquidity. So again, keep an open mind, but I'm going to favor the dollar, favor it continuing with this structure, and then another push to the downside. Pound USD, interest rate decisions, be aware. Okay, another successful trade mentioned last week. This is the Euro USD. Again, around this level, I wanted to see price interact, show me a sign of struggling, and then it dropped on Friday for a 150 pip move to the downside. So now I'm just going to keep an open mind. We can get a buy push from here. That's what I'd want to see. If I just break that down, I'm looking to see price. There's a small lonesome blue candle in this sea of bearish movement around the 16500. Funny enough, always on a round number. So that's where I'm looking to see price shoot back up to, struggle, and then maybe we get another push and make an even newer low. So keep an eye on that. We can get the movement from here early in the week. That's what we want to see. If that's lining up, then the trade should be well. And again, remember, US dollar interest rate decision, if it's there at the time just before, it will make the trade even more powerful. Keep an eye on that one. That's going to be the Euro USD. Next up is going to be the pound Swiss franc. Again, here's a move recently that I was looking at. It went into profit. It went well. I was actually slapped out of break even. This is where I wanted to see price really push down and start to aim for the new low. Of course, it went up another 100 pips and then started to push down. So as I'm looking at this structure that's coming down, it does look like we're going to keep going. I'm just going to see this. What I want to see is price head towards this 125,600, 125,800. Just interact with this area where we can see the two bull candles. And then this is what I want to see happen. I just want to see this area get wiped out for liquidity. And then, of course, if we can, maybe even the next target down there. The higher time frames with us, it definitely looks like there's a bearish structure forming. And I do believe we want to see a new low soon. So keep an eye on that one. It's going to be the pound Swiss franc. Another good trade mentioned from last week was the pound CAD. I wanted to see price come towards the 171 level, interact with this, and then have a little push down. That came on Friday. So with this now, where we are, we're kind of trapped in an area. I want to keep an open mind. The reason being, there could be a buy push from this scenario over here. So let's see how that's going to interact around the 169,200. Big push to the upside, possibly off of that. However, there's been a lot of struggle from that blue candle. It tells me there's been some interaction with that. There's definitely the market makers somewhere in that area. So again, we may just get another push from there. So keep an open mind, see which one's going to happen. Of course, if it's down hanging around here, around the pound's interest rate decision, just expect there to be some strength put into the pound at that time. So keep an eye on that one. It's going to be the pound CAD. Next up is going to be the USD CAD. This was mentioned last week and it's still holding up well. So hopefully this week now we can see the trading opportunity. First of all, on the weekly time frame here, we've had a structure break. Price has gone higher than this area. It lets me know that something definitely strong has happened around this area. So if I just come down to the daily now, what we've had is price struggling here for a good 10 days. There's something happening around, looks like the 123 level. That's definitely been manipulated. If I just come down to the 4 hour now, there's already been a piece of price action where it started to rise. It all of a sudden shot back to this level and then just continued with the struggle, continued with holding in this area. So all I'm looking to see is price come back towards the 123, maybe the 123,300, give it a bit of space to breathe. And of course, then the target will be a push to the upside where I'll be looking at seeing price come towards the 125,500. Keep an eye on that one. It's going to be the USD CAD. Okay, I just want to mention this pound yen, this monthly picture that I'm looking at. I believe there's going to be a move around the 159, 160 mark. So there is a big range still, but it's just this piece of price action here where we've already had it come into that level, had a move down. It's now back. So if I just come down to the daily time frame, I like the signs of struggle. I like the way it's kind of walking out of this area, creating that bearish structure. So what I'm going to be looking to see is just price coming back up towards the 158. Let's see it do something there. And then possibly the 159. Start to show me a sign of struggle. And then I'm looking to see a big push to the downside. There is a massive, massive space that price does need to come down to. And it looks like there's something left around the 151, 152 level. So again, just be aware of that. It's going to be the pound yen.
Okay, guys, again, a very successful week last week. We're hoping for another one this week. If you haven't got that Discord access, my advice is reach out to me now, get access to that. A quick shout out to my website, www capitalatrading.co.uk. If you want to learn more, if you want to enhance your skills, become a better trader, learn my strategy, then check me out on there. You can send me a DM to Instagram @star10_FX or an email to capitalatrading@hotmail.com. Have a great trading week.